Tapos na.
So, kung napapansin niyo, yung iba, gusto basically, medyo mas static ang moving. Yung iba, gusto na intense yung movement. And parang tawag nito, amplified by what you call contrapostal. So it's a device used in classical art. Parang yung isang line is countered by another line plus balance. Yung circular na composition. But in this case, ito mas subtle. Pero ganoon pa rin. So parang counterpose rin naman niya. So in this case, it may seem static, but there's always a suggestion of the possibility for a movement. Either nakaganon siya, tapos maya lalakad siya. And then in this case, parang yung feminine figure is contrasted by the power of the wings. So, mapapansin nyo, very, very sensitive yung mga artists. Given that, doon sa quality ng mga ng shape, ng lines, in order to evoke a certain kind of idea or feel. So, ibig sabihin, noon pa man, iniisip na nila kung paano yung gusto nilang maging effect ng image doon sa pitingin. So, you have to realize, except for, I don't know what this scene is. Hindi masyadong clear.
May mountain. Parang si Athene.
Okay. Parang pino-forge ba yung yung sword? Parang pandag
Hindi ko parang nag-ano sa dalawa. May records.
Naglalaro. Jolens. Anyway, I guess except for this guy sa baba, Diyos sila. And I don't think this one belongs to this period.
Ano yung
Late classical? Kasi parang from what I know, it's late late classical talaga. But then that's exactly again, another tawag nito. Parang they eventually get bored with being so unemotional, napaka-stiff, napaka-stoic, seryoso ba tayo? Ang una, you should see the arcade, Greek art. Nakaganon lang. So, masyadong, pero yung isang paano kaya. So, parang lang yung may emotion, but very stiff. So, very much like the Egyptian art. And it's mainly because it's actually influenced by the Egyptians. And then, parang as they become more and more evolved, mas naging lifelike, mas naging natural yung representation nila ng figure. And that also is reflected in the way they come up with the narratives about their gods. Sino ba sa inyo familiar sa Greek mythology? You are? You are? Yeah. So ano yung mga gawain ng mga Diyos nila? Can you give the word to describe the behavior of their gods?
problema.
Parang gawain din na tao. No? Very, very human. In fact, mas licentious pa kaysa sa mga tao dahil yung mga tao, they have developed norms, conventions, ethics, morals that prevent them from doing things that their gods do. Kunyari si Zeus, dahil inanakan. And considering that he's supposed to be the god of gods. So parang siya, accepted siya doon sa morality ng tao. Di ba? Ganun. So they do what they please. So nasa labas sila ng round ng mga conventions ng mga tao. But that also reflects that very human side of humanity. Yung bahagi ng tao na napapagbigyan, yung kanilang mga kaisipan na nasa whatever. So, and yet, mga Diyos sila. Now, let's get started with some of the images representing this period. Anyone familiar with it? Atin lang, ano? Hindi na kanila. So, this thing here used to look like this. Yung Greek sculptures used to be painted to look very realistic. Although we just decided that yung parang unpainted marble is more elegant. So we decided that that's what classical sculpture looks like, which isn't the case. So para sila tunay na so makulay sila noon. Well, these mahilig sa blue. Saan galing yung blue? You know the mineral?
Cobalt?
Lapis?
Lapis.
It's a mineral that's mined somewhere in the Mediterranean. So,
Lapis also.
it's not really it was semi-rare kind of mineral. So, parang yung use of blue is always associated with royalty. Kasi sila yung courts. And that lady over there, kilala niya na. That's actually the name of the vice governor here. But that lady is known for her wisdom. So she's the goddess of wisdom and
War.
Ibig sabihin, kanilang yung parang direct application ng wisdom has to do with being a good war strategist. So, this would be interesting as the image of the goddess evolved with time. So, yung kanilang, you have to understand, alam niyo yung city-states. You know, city-states, because Singapore is a city-state. Maliliit lang na mga state, pero basically, isang syudad lang din. So, small territories. And that was Greece, broken down into many city-states. And Athens, at this time, in Golden Age, in classical period, Athens was the most developed, prosperous, and most powerful city-state. And much of the power back then is derived from yung military power mo. Kung malakas yung military mo, hindi malakas ka. So, of course, yung pinaka-rival city-state niya is Sparta. Kaya lang yung mga Spartans, ayaw nilang mag-aral no? Gusto lang nilang umaling sa labanan. Kaya nung panahon na yun, Athens was known as the haven for all the smart people. No? Doon sila nag-gather. Doon sino yung pinakasikat? Yan.
Plato.
Si Plato was his mentor, Socrates. And then, siyempre, naakit yung isang Macedonian. Anong pangalan niya? Si Aristotle. Pumunta rin siya dyan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nag-gravitate yung mga matataling tao yan. And even the Apostle Paul eventually would come to Athens and start a debate with the scholars there. Of course, they were disappointed in him dahil sabi nila, sa ba naman yung Diyos ng mga anyway, that's Athens. And this is Parthenon. And Parthenon is parang built on top of the highest hill. I call it a hill dahil mababa lang talaga yan. In Athens. So, madali lang siya akyatin. But it's like a plateau on top of the hill. And it can be well protected. So, and the Parthenon is not the only structure there. There are other structures there as well. Mostly for religious purpose. And then on the side, you have the theater, an open theater. And then, tapos, that's also like the central bank. Interesting, yung kanilang temple is also where they keep their treasure. Diba? Yeah. So, if you notice, ako yan yun. Kaya lulusot ka lang eh. Imagine that. But that thing is no longer intact. No, wala na yan. So through centuries of conquest and invasions, parang patuloy yung pagkakasira ng Parthenon. And then much of what was left here was sacked by British archaeologists ba yan? Basta sila yung nag-take over. And this is the most important structure. If you notice, much of the artwork, except for the lapo, are all about gods and goddesses. Yun yung sinasabi natin na parang kung kailangan mong buuin ang lipunan, it has to revolve around the sacred. So, sino ba ang Diyos ng Sparta? Si Achilles? Hindi man Diyos si Achilles.
Pero, hindi yata sumasambal ng mga pero hindi si Athens yung ano.
I mean, they share religion actually. And anyway, that would be an interesting question. Pakialam mo nga kung sino yung Diyos ng Sparta.
Castor and Pollux.
Ang haba, may apelido pa dyan. Anong pakal pa?
Hindi Diyos yung
Dioscuri.
Ganun.
Demigods.
Oo, demigods, no?
Ay, yung magaling na tao.
Hindi mataas yung ideas.
Ibig sabihin, but as you see, yung mga Spartans kasi puro gera lang isip nun eh. Kaya hindi sila matatalina.
Ay, Apollo and Artemis.
Ganun.
Or Thea.
Hindi pala totoo yun. Hindi pala totoo.
Kaya, although Sparta was powerful, more powerful than Athens, parang sila nakapag-implant ng lasting legacy sa Western civilization. Aside from that so-called heroic stand they had in the Battle of Thermopylae. No? Alam niya?
Sa movie lang.
Hindi nga lang, si Gerard Butler.
Sa movie.
300.
Oo, yun yun. Masyadong isang sidelight lang. There's, in a subtle way, talagang dinidemonize nila yung Arab world or yung mga Muslims, yung gano'n. And then masyadong nila gino-glorify yung quality ng character ng West. So, patuloy yan. So the more you commit time to watching stuff, whatever you find on the internet, the more it penetrates your consciousness. No? Okay? So, everyone. Ano pa ba yun?
Mas formal.
If you notice, most of the Greek gods, mainitin sila, no? So they have to shed off their clothes.
Sakto yun, no?
Either that or they're just plain exhibitionists. No? But there's not much to show naman, di ba? So parang, I don't know what's wrong with these guys. I mean, meron naman siyang tela doon, pero kailangan i-open niya pa. You know? Sino ba yan? Si Apollo. And this is supposed to be Zeus, no? Mas dami si Zeus dyan. But if you notice, it's really how much of the Greek societies were parang nurtured or parang that's really part of their way of life. No? Yung parang yung learning places where they train young men to become educated and warriors. They call that Gymnasium. That's German. Sa English, Gymnasium. So, and basically, what that means is they train the youth. So, hindi ito unusual. So, madalas, pag nire-wrestling sila, kung anong ginagawa nila, they're in the youth. Yun yung nalagamit. So, this is not just for art's sake. That's really how they are. Mainit doon usually during summer, it's hot and dry, so it's normal for them to dress up. Being undressed. Okay? But tingnan nyo na maigi. What do you think? What do I like?
Ito yung part where they have to tell
Yan nga. Tinuturuan niya pa yun.
guys.
Ano ako, demo teacher ako actually, siya yung aking supervisor. Yeah, so, what do you see? First, you see the obvious. What else? Just say what you see.
Very toned.
Toned. Yung
Macular.
Very good. Ano ba?
Flawless.
Ano na?
Flawless.
Flawless? Flawless.
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 Yung itsura po ng gods is more on nakabase sa mga Western features.
Anong Western? Anong sabihin ng Western teachers?
Teachers ko ng
Yung
mga
matatangos sa
Western.
Eurocentric.
Parang same lang po yung body type ng dalawang sculpture.
Oo nga eh.
So you say it's the same guy? Shade lang siya.
No, parang same lang yung proportions ng ng both sculpture. Tapos yung ulo lang yung naiba.
Iniba lang yung mukha.
Kaya ba lang yung mukha?
Meron siyang suggestion ng movement.
Movement? Anong klase? Matikot ng movement.
Like, aside from sa nakikita natin, parang meron siyang gagawin in how many seconds?
Parang may gagawin. So in other words, it's a string movement. Motion na lang, haba ng movement. Ano ba?
Hindi po sila masyadong mahilig sa mga accessories. Parang okay na yung body. Parang yung body nila okay na. Ano ba yung kailan na?
Parang minimalist.
Unadorned. Aside from unadorned, I mean, there's a better word for that. Parang payak eh.
Minimalist.
Minimalist.
Hindi nagsuspark lang dyan.
Payag.
Anong part ng minimalist dyan? Bakit mag-isip ba?
May may parang social na. Parang
Classic.
classic. Yan, classic.
Classic.
Oh, wow. Classy. Kaya pala classy ka lang.
Uwi na kayo.
That's it? You think there's some more that you can add to it? Or
The same leg is always bent. Palagi yung left na lang leg.
I didn't notice that.
Nakastan.
Oo nga, kahit kay David, no?
Bend
Bakit po?
left leg. Ibig sabihin right-handed. No? Kasi pagka yung left yung
Ito yung
one that's ready to strike.
Ah.
Yeah. Kasi ito yung this is for your veins.
yung lunge.
Good observation. Ano pa? Ano sa tingin niyo yung material niya?
Marble.
Pareho silang marble.
Hindi. Mait yun yung isa eh.
Hindi ko sure sir kung nag-exist na yung yung bronze nung time.
I think nag-i-exist na, may pera na eh.
That is the Bronze Age, man.
May pera na eh.
Sige.
Mga earliest coins.
Bronze and
So yung isa is carved, the other one is cast. Okay.
yung materials is long lasting, parang
You got it.
durable materials.
So, ibig sabihin ang yung idea na
Ito yun.
tigil na. Okay, yan ang muna.
Yan.
Yan ang muna. So, eto, parang it's more of something that is more subjective, pero but then you realize it has to do with the parang restrained elegance.
May elegance.
Hindi siya sa musical. Hindi siya parang sumasayaw ng malaswag. So parang there's something about restraint that parang that sort of suggests that there is more substance to the subject than that is being displayed. That would really happen then. Or from someone from Africa or some. Oh, of course, they get a lot of Persians and Arabs, and Egyptians. There's a lot of exchange in that region. You know where this place? I don't know when what the place looks like. Geography is okay. It's important for you to have a grasp of geography. So it's somewhere here. What does it look like? And then dito yung then it looks like that. Nandito yung Ukraine somewhere here. Nandito yung Gaza. So what's happening there? Okay? Nandito yung, of course, Egypt. Egypt, nandito yung Greece. Nandito yung wait, nasan na yung Turkey? Should be somewhere here, no? So this is somewhere here. Ito yun? Dali, no? So tatandaan nyo yan yung high hills na yan. So this is Rome, no? Ito yung somewhere here. So these are the notable places. This is the Greco-Roman world. Alam niyo nangyari? So, well, somewhere here would be Macedonia. So somewhere here would be Macedonia. And then, ano bang nangyari dito? What is the most significant thing that happened here? Sino nangyari dito? Alexander the Great. So, did you know that his mentor happened to be Aristotle? Okay, very good. So, at a young age, mas bata pa kaysa sa inyo, nasakop niya na yung buong mundo. At least the known world. And got all the way to India. Oh. He actually conquered part of northern India. Well, most probably Pakistan. Okay, so and what was his program? Ano yung pinaka-program ni Alex? You call it,
The Great.
The Great. Pero mas, okay, so he was spreading Greek culture all over the world, although he himself is not technically Greek, he's Macedonian. But he has so much fascination for Greek culture. And, well, of course, you can say that Macedonia was a Greek colony. You have to remember that the Greeks were planting colonies all over the world. So dito sa iba't ibang bahagi, many parts of the former Turkey, which used to be known as Thrace, mga ganito lang sa Bible, it's known as Asia Minor. Okay? Mga ganon. And then dito, North Africa, this is North Africa. Marami silang colonies dito, including parts of southern Italy, especially Sicily. So they were spreading this. And they were introducing these guys. Oh, this is what God looks like. Sasabihin ng mga Arabs, ay, believe naman yan. Hindi ako introduce. At any rate, ito yung program ni Alexander the Great. And this is how much of the known world at that time were introduced to Western civilization and Western culture. Okay? And of course, yung mga Romans, you have to remember, ang reference lagi natin yung mga maliliit na cities, like Babylon is actually Babylon. It's again a small a city. Persia was no. So nakita nila yon, and they became gradually attracted to Greek civilization. So if you notice what we know, although we call it Greco-Roman, it's essentially Greek. Except for yung pinaka-addition nila sa architecture. So napansin niyo yung Parthenon. So you have these columns here. The Romans added what? Very good. So, one of the more significant contributions of Romans to the Roman art. And then, of course, yung mamaya makita nyo yun. So, they have perfected the parang yung field of engineering and architecture. So, I think it's important for you to understand this part. Malikot yung dalawa ng lagi. And wait. Yeah. So, share that.
If you give mainit. Wait lang.
Ano? Malinaw na eh. Ano nga ba sinasabi? So, let's go back to this. Ano yung gusto nila? So, ibig sabihin, yung mga tao who are always striving to conquer. What do you need to have in order to be able to conquer?
Strong military. Strong military.
Strength. Power. Ano pa? Islam. So in other words, there is a constant pursuit of what?
Power.
Isang nyo lahat yan. Gusto mo nyo lahat? Ha? Ha? Ano yan?
It's power.
Ha? Starts with a P.
Power.
No. These are all military training. So, pero yung pinaka-habol nila is perfection. Kita niyo, kailangan has to be flawless, it has to be muscular, it has to be location. So, hindi tayo perfect. So, the proportion has to be perfect. No? And then, hindi ka dapat, you have to be restrained about it. No? Hindi mo parang, so in other words, hindi mo pagyayabang na black belter na. Diba? No. And they like it so much that everyone has to be like them. Okay? So they started conquering the rest of the world. Oh, slappy mo, sasakupin kita para maging perfect ka. No? Ganon. No? So, but yung Hellenism was a project of syncretizing culture. You know the word syncretize? Parang kakanta ka ng meron na kayong, wala tumitingin sa inyo sa dictionary. I will just invent a definition for this and wala kayong choice. Hindi sabihin na.
combine two different cultures, turn them into one, and make a new culture in turn.
Yeah, parang gano'n. So, sinasabi ni Alexander sa mga Egyptians, alam niya si Isis, kampang-kampani ni Athena eh. Lagay ko isa lang sila. Why don't you come up with just single goddess for your Isis and our Athena? Si Jesus confined Valhalla. Anyway, so that gives you an idea. Because, you know, Alexander was so obsessed with spreading Greek culture all over the known world that because he thought it was the perfect culture, it was the perfect world. Yeah. So you can probably say, oh, well, yeah, that's good intentions naman pala. I think, yeah, let's go, let me go ahead and conquer the world. And so we can all be like them. Ba't di ka tumatala?
Metabolism.
Yan, ito pa yan.
Wala eh.
Malaki lang siya.
Mark, baka gusto kumuha ng sa
So, this went on for a long time. About a period of 1,000 years. Matagal ba 1,000 years? Matagal na. That's a very long time. So, in your lifetime, how much inventions and innovations have taken place in the area of technology? Dami na, alam. I mean, this thing used to be...
Naalala ko noon, pag may cellphone kang yung may antena, mayaman ka na eh.
Ayun, diba?
One tick lang.
Nilaga, ang cellphone noon, bag.
Bag.
It was a backbone, and parang you were already very fascinated by the thought that you can make calls, take calls anywhere in the world. Ganon. Eh ngayon, kulang na lang dito, may baril eh, no? So, in other words, so many features have been parang included in one gadget. It has become so indisposable. We cannot live without this. Nothing. But you have to imagine these people, they were without any known electronic technology. They probably have ways of calculating. They actually have calculators and the device. They actually have like something similar to laser weapons. Did you know that? They could actually inflict some kind of fire in a distance by just using mirror. Pero ibig sabihin, but they were not so obsessed with a progressive development of technology. They were fine with what they had. And that went on for a very long time. So what happened to our generation? Why are we so restless? Imagine that. So I guess that's why there's always a tendency to look back at the good old days. So, buti pa sila nung araw, pahubad-hubad na. So, anyway, this is classical art. Ano naman susunod? Now, if you notice, iniinit na. What was the other building that you saw earlier?
Parthenon.
The Parthenon. Parthenon is what temple devoted to whom? Athena, one goddess. Are you familiar with this structure? What it's called? Pantheon. You know what Pantheon means?
Why you?
Yes. Ano yung pan? Pan-American. Maliban sa ginamay. Hindi pandesal.
Temple din daw po.
It's a temple, but what does it mean? What does Pantheon mean?
Temple of all gods.
All gods. Matipid sila, no? So, yung isa, para kay Athena lang. Pero sila, eto na lahat ng Diyos. Diba?
Parang Joey and Friends. Joey and Friends.
Yeah, but well, among the things that is notable about this is the engineering. It's 40 meters. So imagine 40 meters all the way there. Siguro that should be yung pinakahuling parang butik na yun. I think that's more or less 40 meters, no? Or hindi naman. Basta lampas din sa sandal, no? It's more than 40 meters. Yung dome, going all the way there, without any modern technology, without any skill enforcement, eto lang siya. This is from here to there, that's 40 meters. Wala yung enforcement, your dome lang. Can you imagine that? No.
Ano po kaya natin?
Concrete. Cemento. So yung mga cement. Imagine this was built 2,000 years ago. And yet it has withstood so many, parang natural calamities, earthquakes, and still intact. These buildings were here before. Kasaway talaga ng Roman but that's it's an engineering marvel. Just imagine. Ito nga, pero pang kailangan may support na dyan, di ba? Hindi pwede, it cannot be left suspended without a supporting column. No? And that's only like 5 meters apart. So Pantheon, a temple dedicated to all the gods. So it speaks a lot about the character of the Romans. The Romans were very, very superstitious. They have to appease all the gods. So kailangan in good terms sila sa lahat ng Diyos. You have to remember that yung superstition ng mga Romans will have a lingering manifestation all throughout Western civilization and will find themselves in the colonies by the Western world. So, imagine this. 2,000 years ago, before the emergence of Christianity, or more or less during early Christian period, the Romans would at one time go to a temple that were probably the most disliked. Dahil they tend to be very secretive and they tend to be mostly belonging to the lower class. most of the Christian adherents were slaves. But that's another story. But that's just saying, parang establishing the context for this structure. Why they have that building there. I think right now is, well, currently the place is full of Catholic icons or mga sculpture, all religious figures of the Roman Catholic Church. Back then, probably, depende ko sino yung pinakasikat na Diyos, siya yung siguro probably having the most prominent space there. Ano pa ba?
Caesar.
Do you know that's going to be included?
No.
No?
No.
Ah,
Coincidence.
Hindi. Nanginginig ka.
Hiningi yung
Emperor.
So, why was Augustus Caesar regarded as the first Roman emperor? Sino bang pinalitan niya? Well, right after Julius Caesar was assassinated. Did you know he was assassinated? Hindi nyo alam. Akala din namatay ka ng diarrhea. No? So who killed him? Cleopatra? Talaga?
Hindi ako sure.
Ah?
Hindi ako sure.
Hindi ka sure. It's probably Brutus and his barkada, no?
Brutus and friends.
Brutus and friends.
Who were also his friends. He's very close to Brutus.
Yan ang mangyayari kay Jemmy. Pinagtat sila ng mga kaibigan.
He was assassinated because he was on his way of becoming that guy. No? But of course, parang his friends felt that they were doing it for the good of Rome. So parang they had to kill their brand for that. And Augustus Caesar emerged as the next ruler after parang fighting for the leadership Rome with the guy who wanted to be the successor of Julius Caesar, si Mark Antony. Kailangan niya. Sino ano niya? Bisikat rin, ha? Sino ka ba yung partner? Wala na siya, no? Si Anthony Fernandez.
Si Dawod? Sabi niya, si partner niya, si Cleopatra. Para hindi kayo malito.
Cleopatra was his partner who used to be the partner of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar had a son in Cleopatra, but that's a long story. Anyway, ganyan yung mga gera-gera noon. And you have to understand that it is very... one of the things that the Romans learned from the Athenians was some kind of democracy. It's not really democracy, no? But they have decided that it is a republic where the leadership is not hereditary. So, ipobotohan siya ng Senado, so they will vote among themselves. But you have to be crafty at doing the maneuvers in order to get into that position of power and leadership. And such was this guy. Matalinong tao to siya. He is the nephew of Julius Caesar. He's not really a very good warrior, but he's a very crafty tactician. And gradually he realized the power of and how art can be a tool to create ideologies, ideas, culture, worldviews. No? So, being the emperor, it was very important for him to establish one divinity. Kailangan Diyos yan. Well, it was common knowledge then that conquerors, leaders, invaders, sort of assume some kind of divinity unto themselves. Alexander the Great sort of accepted that as a necessity. He has to be seen as a god. That was the only way that he can command our submission to his subjects. But this guy, parang crafted it, he nurtured it in a very well thought out way. So he had himself represented as a very authoritative, powerful emperor, and to establish kinship with a goddess. Sino to? Si Cupid. Sino si Cupid? Anak ni Venus. So he's saying, younger brother ko to eh. Diba? This is my big brother. Diba? So nanay ko si Venus. Therefore, I'm a god. Okay? Diba? Isn't that clever? Diba? And he had this face printed on every coin that was circulating throughout the empire. Okay? And this is also the context if you are somehow a little bit religious and somehow read part of that scripture that says where the Pharisees were testing Jesus. Should we pay our taxes to the Romans? Familiar? No. Okay, you don't need the Bible. That's fine. Sa kanila yan. Huwag tayo makialam dyan. So, it was in a very subtle way, also very subversive at the same time. It's like saying, let's have our own thing going here. Let's not have anything to do with them. So parang sinasabi, let us be independent. But, side story lang yan. That's not the point here. The point here is how art is so effective in creating worldviews, in absolutizing power, and making people submit themselves to that power, to that authority. Isipin niyo? So it's not all about the numbers. No? Of course, the ruled masses are so much more numerous than the rulers. So it's not about parang yun equation na sino mas malakas, yung mas marami, siyempre. But that doesn't apply. The one who is more powerful is the one who controls. Okay? So that's a key word there. So as you can see, art is more than just flowers, painting of pretty sceneries that you put on the walls to adorn and to entertain. So to just give somebody a good feeling about their place. Napaka-powerful. It's so powerful that it's actually governing our behavior, the way we live our lives, the way we conduct our activities. And the interesting part about it is, hindi siya loosely and simultaneously going on sporadically in different places. The real art that proliferates are always curated. They're always curated. Okay? So, sino nag-curate? Of course. Yung makapangyarihan. So, this goes back to the allegory of the cave. Who is projecting the shadows on the walls of the cave? And it also raises the question, are they enlightened? Or are they just as victimized as the one they are subjecting to their power? Well, so, may mga gustong linawin, gustong tanongin, you are always free to speak your minds out. If you do not agree, please say so, because we are so eager to hear disagreements. Sanayin niyo ng sarili niyo, sulungan niyo sarili niyo, and don't ever be afraid or that parang you think it's going to be a silly question or silly opinion or whatever. Don't worry about it. Tayo naman nakakala. Hindi ko pagsasabi. Ano po ba? May mga gustong
maganda itagdag lang si Augustus din. Yung high priest nung time na yun. So, para lang hindi medyo mahirap sa inyo isipin na beforehand yung political na roles and also how religious roles.
Well, yeah.
Kasi minsan ba maitip nyo laging magkahiwala yung
lalo na again, parang just to follow up on that point, religious leaders were also political leaders. So, again, that's why you should never dismiss the Bible as just parang some kind of book of superstitions and all that. Obviously, if you regard it that way, you have never read the Bible at all, because it's so full of wonderful stories. Well, there are just some people who are saying that everything that's written there is factual and should not be subjected to some kind of questioning whether they really happen or not. That's beside the point. No? Just read it as literature, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And among the stories that you will find there is during the early stages of the Jewish nation, they had religious leaders as political leaders as well. They called them the judges. Okay? And then they're also called as prophets. So prophets are not necessarily seers of the future. They are multitaskers. Sometimes they settle internal disputes. Sometimes they lead the people to war. Sometimes they mediate between the wrath of God and try to negotiate. Go easy on them, God. They're just trying to adapt to their new situation. That was like the story of Moses for the most part. Laging nagagalit yung Diyos dahil pasaway yung mga Hebrews, gano'n. And then Moses was always trying to appease God with that. But that's all very interesting. So in other words, religion and politics always mixed. Because the whole idea here is power has to be what?
Number one.
Yeah, pero in order to do that, it has to be
Sacred.
diba? Kasi kung hindi ka natatakot sa power, no? If it's just raw physical power, pag nagsama-sama kayo, ay, isa lang siya. 10 tayo. Pagtulungan natin. We can overpower no matter how skillful the warrior is. No? So, but if you sanctify the symbol of power, then it becomes absolute. Diba? Clever, diba? So that's how you do it. And they're still doing it. And you don't even know that it's going on. You will realize how the Satan has evolved through time.
Siguro, isa pang word. Kaya napansin nyo, very, nakatutok sa yung dalawang buildings. So, parang isipin nyo, sacred, power, structures. Para mas magkaroon ng form sa utak nyo rin kung paano nyo napapakta. Yung political at religious. Laging tied together sila. And yung structures that maintain yung billing system na yun. Para mas madali lang yun.
So you have to realize structures go beyond the building. Structures also represent the whole system. The whole, say, society is designed, the way it is founded on what? Yung foundation ng structures, alam natin yan, if you're an engineer. Parang meron ng mga footing na tinatawag tayo. Where you have this big concrete blocks there, and then you have this post, mga ganun. But societies are founded on what? Ba't kayo nagsama-sama? No? Why are we a nation? No? Bakit tayo nagkakasama-sama? No? Bisaya ka, Tagalog ka, Bicolano ka. No? Hindi naman tayo magkakapareho ng salita. Bakit tayo nagsama-sama? How did we become a nation? The same thing with, say, the United States. United. Iba't-ibang mga estado, iba't-ibang mga ethnicities coming from different parts of Europe, or the United Kingdom. So, what brings them together? Purpose. So, how is the purpose articulated? Paano nakikwento yung purpose na yan? One classic example would be the Jewish nation. The Jews didn't have a nation for 2,000 years. Did you know that? Wala silang bansa. They are a people without a nation. How can that be? Like most people from other ethnicities or cultures or civilizations, when they are dispersed, they would gradually assimilate themselves to that. They call the covenant. Sabi ni their God is, what is the name of their God? Hindi niya alam, Yahweh. So Yahweh says, you are my people, I will be your God. As long as you stay faithful to me, I will stay faithful to you. So they pretty much probably remain faithful to each other. That's why they're still around. Do you believe that? That is a belief founded on what? An idea. Diba? And they create stories around that idea. Okay? Now here's one theory. The Jews are supposedly nomadic tribes coming from different parts. No? And they don't always coexist. No? They have the quarrels there. No? But they just need to protect each other because they live around so-called city-states. No? So mga nomadic tribes yan, talagang ganun. No? And then you have a city-state here, no? Which is powerful because it is consolidated. Now, from time to time, these guys here, kailangan namin ng mason. Ay, kailangan namin ng katulong. Ay, kailangan namin ng gagawa ng rebulto. Kukuha sila dito. No? They would raid these settlements and take people there as their slaves. You know? That's how it usually works. So, having gotten tired of that situation, they decided to band together. And sabi nila, well, how can we preserve the unity? Let's integrate our narratives. Okay? So that's why he's saying, Abraham is not related to Isaac, is not related to Jacob, is not related to Joseph. But they decided to fuse their narratives together, and all these characters all become related to each other. Abraham becomes the father of Isaac, becomes the father of Jacob, ganon. So isn't that fascinating? But this is a version of the scholars. I'm not making this up. Okay? But the point is, imagine they decide to bring together their narratives, and decided to bring God over in order to fortify that narrative. And they have to have a very dramatic history. So they have to come from a powerful town nation and being evicted from that nation. And that nation is? Egypt. So they were supposed to have come from Egypt as slaves, escaping from the bondage of slavery and becoming a free nation. That's the narrative, that's the idea. And that's where their belief is built on. It would be that 2,000 years. Samantalang yung Pinoy, pagdating sa Amerika, may namita kong isang Pinoy na pagdating sa Amerika, Inglesero ng Inglesero, balong-balong takbo English, pero pinipilit pa rin dahil the moment this person steps into a foreign soil away from his homeland, he's so eager to unshed his identity. Diba? Nahihiya tayo sarili natin. Wala tayong kwentong ganito eh. We don't have this. Okay? So, again, but I guess to their credit, they don't have images. Hindi sila ganun ka-artistic. They don't have that tradition of artistry and architecture and engineering unlike the nations that conquered them. Lahat ng mga bansa, they were always pissed off by the Jews. They always want to conquer and annihilate them. So the Egyptians, the Persians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Romans, the Greeks, they're all gone. At least as far as the continuity of their civilization is concerned. There's no more Roman civilization, there's no more Greek, Persian, all those civilizations are all gone. Except for these small little people. They persisted. And all they have is an idea. Now, isn't that possible? Okay. So, that's part of structure. This is the intangible foundation of social structure. No? Tandaan yan. Kailangan natin we need to have an in-depth appreciation of these dynamics. Okay?
Kabilang lang sa idea.
Diba? So, that's why I started with asking questions. What do I do? Because individually, what you do is your identity. What you do collectively is your community identity. What you do as a nation is your national identity. Everything appears to be in this area as far as that thing is concerned with us. Kaya mas masaya sa atin. That's why it's always more fun in there. Diba? Isn't chaos more exciting than order? Diba? But, ito yun try to figure out what it is that represents you. Are you alone in that representation? Is it shared? Right? So you will be given 1 minute. 3 minutes. 3? Kulang pa rin. 5 minutes. Okay. You will be given 5 minutes to come up with a sketch, whatever, no? To respond. Well, basically, parang yung take-off point na is yung allegory of the cave. Kasi parang, let me know if I have sufficiently discussed to you the power of art in ways that it conditions the consciousness, no? And in ways that it can be utilized, no? Instrumentalized by power. So if you think I need to discuss a little bit more, let me know. If not, then we can proceed with your, sketch on that. Do you need any more explanation?
Medyo yung prompt kasi medyo kailangan imagine ninyo kayo yung umaalis dun sa cave. Now, given na ito yung background, parang at least nakita nyo naman yung practice natin dun sa Renaissance and Baroque. So, yung prompt ay mag-iisip kayo nung divine, pero according sa conception nyo nung perfection. And kailangan you must fulfill the power sacred structures that those images can communicate. I mean, parang ibigyan na natin parang allegory of the cave is actually pag-alis dun sa sarili nating cave radiums, di ba? So, iisipin mo, kung sobrang, sabi niyo, occasion yung perfection. So, ngayon, kailangan mong isipin na kaya mo rin yun. And to communicate this same concepts, perfection, and it can have its practical use dun sa, Sacred powers captives. And syempre ito yung pinaka,
I think sa mga dagdag naman na question is, do you think that power is basically equated with control? Is control the only measure of power while controlling others? Are there other dynamics of power that you can explore? And then, as far as the so-called current world order is concerned, parang kaya nga you are being asked to be alert, no? To the dynamics of that world order, where these guys, no, are designing the world for us. So, yeah. And just raise your hands if you need a little more clarity.
Does it necessarily have to be within this art period?
As long as you can explain it.
Oh.
Yun ang pinakamahalaga. You can justify it. So you can actually say, things doesn't have to be along the frame.
so, paano nyo ba ta-translate? So, yung pinaka-cheat code pa rin is visual literacy also kung ano yung nakikita nyo. Or ano yung kaya nyong i-project.
Excuse lang ba? Natawid mo na ba yung sa kanila yung idea, form, yung ganun, image?
Yung last time,
Bali,
may sample na rin ng yung art class. Pero as usual, brutal kasi yung response work na yung season.
Ano lang, subukan lang natin. Okay, don't feel so pressured. Just relax. Yeah. Give it a go, man.
Ano tayo lahat, dali,
Okay, yeah, sige. Okay, the time starts now, then we'll check your works by 11 o'clock.
Parang midterm lang.
Tapos,
Parang surprise midterm.
ito yung power.
mas madali siguro tingnan ano ba yung tumatak na idea sa inyo. How you can translate ni gano'n. It's a TikTok.
Okay na. Just tuloy mo kayo.
Relax lang nila. Chill. Chill lang.
Sino ang unang gusto mag-share?
Parang may nabasa nila.
Gano'n? Parang ma-absorb. Hindi ba nakalalang last? Ako muna.
Siguro, sino pa ba nakatapos na? Meron ka na mic? Wala pa eh. Kakating lang. Sige, ako muna para lang mas madali. Ano nga ba yun?
Hello, good morning po sa lahat.
Kasi yung idea is parang medyo malapit dun sa kung ano yung pinakita ng Biggs and Romance. So medyo anthropomorphic, pero alam niyo yung parang ganun yung aspect din. So pwede siyang may concept na
hunter din siya, may hawak siyang spear, nagawa sa fishbones, so parang in terms of parang bounty, dun din sa pang day to day. So parang may ano ka lang, statwa ka lang niya dun sa ano mo, bahay mo, para to emulate yung strength, pero at the same time yung concept ng bounty. Yan. So syempre, muscular, flawless-ish, according to how muscular, flawless the Southeast Asians can be.
Sino gusto sunod?
Sige sir, para matapos na. Kahit na. Alam ko, mali ako eh.
Wala naman mali.
Yung hydroplasts. Sila yung parang...
Hydroplast? Ano yan?
Eto.
Lagay ng tubig.
Lagay ng tubig.
Okay. Wow.
Tapos, yung tumatak sa akin na idea is yung etong perfection. So, yan. Perfection. Palagi siyang dinadala ng mga tao. Tapos, may namang tubig. May tawag din. May purpose. And durable material. Yun. Nakalina ko dun sa yung anong mga So, yun.
Pag may ano sa...
Ba't may tao?
Parang, may tao kasi parang magmeron ka dun, parang in ka dun sa certain society na cool.
Pinapanood.
Yeah.
Medyo masipasok yung water god.
Na-insert ko lang kasi.
May tanong?
Next. Kita ko na yung gawa mo eh.
Hello. Ito lang kasi tumatak ko mostly about yung idea ng perfection. Hello, good morning. Yung parang circle, parang ito yung perfect na circle. At kung iba yung perception mo ng circle, parang mali ka. Ito lang yung parang dapat mong tingnan na perfect na circle. Sphere, parang spherical na circle. Proportional siya, makinis siya. Parang to the simplest shape. Circle. I guess yun yung pinakatumatak sa akin na parang yung standard mo ng perfection, masisimbolize lang din siya sa isang circle na walang gusot or walang crack. Turo na ako kaya ng Johan.
Question.
Yes. Wow, sige.
Ano yung purpose niyo?
Para lang mag-impose na ito ang dapat mo tingnan na perfection. Parang ito yung standard. Kapag tumaliwas ka sa standard, mali ka. Ikaw yung iibahin. Parang gawin yung outcast. So, ito yung
idea.
Ito yung idea ng ito dapat ang circle. Walang ibang circle dyan.
Circle din akin.
Pero bakit yung pedestal niya straight? Di ba perfect yan?
Ala.
Hindi ko alam eh.
Ornaments na siguro.
Ornamental yung idea ng circle. Mostly.
Sige. Johan's lagot ka.
Ikaw kitagin.
Ay, ang sa akin po, delikado ka na po siya. Tapos ginawa ko siyang, guide na siya ngayon. Kasi gusto ko sa Kopin yung Pilipinas. Ayan. Guide na siya. Ginawa ko siya kaya Agos. Tapos yung like, tapos nilagay ko siya ng itlog balls. Kasi medyo, di ba parang ang lakas naman po para sakupin yung territory na yun ng bata pa siya. So, ayan pa.
Ano yung pinapatunan ako?
Ano po?
Paano po sa yan?
Nakatayin po yun. Hindi, nakatayo.
Yung pinapatungan niya, pedal ba yan?
Pedal ko.
Hindi,
Ayun,
pedal niya.
Hindi ko bang pedestal.
Super graphic.
Kasi
Si Jordan. Hindi naman tingnan yung sa manok na form.
Yung sa akin, yung pinakatumatak ay yung sa power, secret, and yung sa structure. So, ang naisip ko doon ay yung egg. Ito, ano lang siya, puhon. Then yung perfect. Perfect kaya nilagyan na. Tapos, ano po, egg. Ito po, stars lang, shining, gano'n. Kumikinang, gano'n. Tapos ito, ano siya, pillow siya na malambot, ganyan. Tapos, di ba meron kasi, ang naisip ko kasi parang, di ba may, dati, parang debate na, ano yung mas unang nauna, itlog or yung manok. At inaano ko na, ang nauna ay yung manok. Kasi, before magawa tong perfect na egg, need mo muna ng power. Then, hindi ko alam kung paano sa secret, siguro yung pagbuo or pag-iingat niya dito before ilabas, gano'n. Tapos saka yung structure, yung egg na yung parang pinaka-structure niya. Tapos, inaano ko na, ito yung perfect na shape ng egg. Ganito siya, oblong siya. Gano'n. Tapos, ayun lang po. Thank you. Sorry, kid na. Ito lang sa akin, maliit lang.
For me, ito po yung yung consciousness. Like, you have to start with yourself. And you have to have a strong belief. And in order to influence a lot of people, you have to internalize your belief. And then expand. So, yun. Yung parang yun po yung idea ko ng sacred. You have to start with yourself.
Tsaka yun sa structure. So, mas tumatak sa akin yung control. Ayan. Ayun, nasa likod. Mas tumatak po sa akin yung control. So, ginawa ko siya. Alam niyo yung kalabaw, di ko alam kung pareho dito sa inyo, pero sa amin yung kalabaw may butas yung ilong. Tapos doon nakakabit yung tali. Pag hinila, ibig sabihin liliko siya sa kanan. Ay, tama. Pag tinanong naman, sa kaliwa siya. So parang nandun yung control natin. So parang naisip ko, the only way na para makalaya tayo is yung hawakan yung sarili nating tali. Take control of your own life. And then, syempre, pag kinontrol mo kasi yung moonlight mo, parang alam mo kung saan ka masaya, alam mo kung saan ka malaya, alam mo kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. Mga kalabaw kasi pag parang binitawan namin sila, parang mas tumataba sila, mas marami sila nakakain. But anyway, hindi ko alam kung nakikita nyo masyado, basta meron siyang katawang tao nagre-represent sa atin. At yung kalabaw naman, ito po yung, kasi malaki yung kalabaw. Supposed to be sila yung nagko-control. Hindi sila yung tino-control. So, yun po tayo.
Yung ginawa ko lang is yung parang sketch kanina, yung sabihin, classical art, na nakapost lang na walang emotion. May hawak siya ng salamin, tapos nakasaksak yung kabilang kamay niya may hawak na kutsilyo na nakasaksak dun sa may salamin. Pero para sa akin, yung salamin is nagre-represent ng strive to perfection. Check mo yung sarili mo mukha kung sa tingin mo okay na ba yun or perfect na ba or pwede na akong malis kahit wala na bang dumi. So, parang pinakita ko na sinaksak niya yun. Dahil minsan, para makalaya siya dun sa pagiging masyadong ang tawag dito, conscious dun sa may itsura niya. Okay.
Ba't hindi yung mukha yung sinaptak niya?
Masakit eh.
Ano yan? Masakit? Meron pala yan? Meron pa?
Meron pa.
Okay. Wow.
Si Mike tumakas.
Yung show na
ito po yung word ko. Medyo, abstract siya na expressionist na yung ginawa ko. Na-inspire ako kanina dun sa mga Rebulto. Yung Aphrodite na Rebulto. Tapos, ginawa ko siya parang pre-form lang na conscious ako na yun yung form niya, pero mas ginawa ko siyang mas loose, mas kumbaga parang yung idea na kapag yung Western yung idea is parang full of control, kapag Eastern, kumbaga parang nag-a-adapt ka doon sa kung ano yung nature nung...
That's it. So, did you realize what we just did? And then exercise na we were actually doing theology. Everybody made an attempt to understand their concept of God. Now, for the longest time, yung established na convention about God is power to be on top, and power to control others. Now, sa next topic natin, we'll give you an idea of how this is subverted. Probably the most important image in early Christian tradition is the Lamb on the throne. Isn't that the most radical and subversive idea that we can think of in terms of resisting the culture of the empire? Kasi the empire is all about parang imperial power. Subject people to taxes, subject people to submission. So parang lagi mo sila subject to human power. You have to realize that perfection is an idea which is never attainable. That's why it's always associated with the idea of a God. Diba? Kasi it can never be attained by humans. So, parang in direct contrast to the concept of power, you have the image of a lamb that is, the word sacrificial lamb, diba? So, it's so powerless, but at the same time, so symbolic of purity. That it is the object that you give as a sacrifice to recognize the bigger power. Pero binaliktad ng mga early Christians by saying it is power. The power to be yourself and the power not to be subject to the ideology, the culture of society. So early Christians, that's why they were despised, were anti-culture. They were against it. They were striving to be themselves and not having anything to do with the culture of the empire. So in other words, it subverts the very idea of power itself. Hindi siya parang overcoming others through brute force, or technology, or wealth. So we'll go more more into this later. Pero kanina nilagay ko kalabaw. So very much within the idea of entrenching it in the local context. No? The same concept. A very submissive animal, parang beast, yung gano'n, we call it beast of burden. No? But just to establish the origins of this idea, binalik ko yung clan, no? So yung prawns, yung ano. So, maganda yung parang at least exercise na ginawa ninyo dahil you really wrestle with the idea of it. No? Although there's a tendency to confine the idea of power to a conceptual level, no? And rendering it pretty much an academic stuff that for most part would not have much subversive capacity to overturn a culture. So parang you have to realize that we're dealing with life here, our lives. So anything that you do will have such a repercussion. So tandaan nyo lagi, these people were very much invested in the power of art. So we can do no less. Let's think of how you can really have an impact, not just on our lives, but in society itself. That's the real measure of art. It's not how well you sell in the market. If you sell in the market, bonus lang yan. No? But that's not what you do art for. No? Okay? If you get recognized by critics, bonus lang yan. No? Kaya one of the things that you should cultivate as an artist is to love doing art. So, going back to the question earlier, what do you love to do? And what do you do most of the time? Strive to do that which you do most of the time as the thing that you love doing best. Okay? That's the only way you can become a good artist. The only way. Tandaan yan. This is what you live for. So you may think that life has no meaning, life has no purpose, but you grow anyway. Diba? So would you be happy just growing old, getting a lot of ailments along the way, and then dying, and then that's it? Diba? Isn't part of growth experiencing things that elate you, things that cause you sadness, things that make you angry, things that make you understand the whole range of what it is to be human. Diba? That is growth. It only becomes growth, no? If you start understanding, processing how all this experience can make you a better person. Because becoming better is part of the process of growth. Diba? Dati-dati, pipitsugin ka, pag laki-laki mo, maging bigati ka na. You become better and better and better. And the best way to do that is to constantly cultivate that process of improving yourselves. Don't be a victim of society by doing everything that everyone else is doing. If you're just being like the other people of your age, that's the idea. Or that's being a victim. So yung contrast ng victim and being empowered. Think about it. This is what the exercise is about. This is all about extricating yourself from the cave. Now, you already started your initial sketch for the response work. What we want you to do is to polish it. So like we said, we have to strive to become better. We have to strive at improving everything that we do. Kasi lahat ng ginagawa nyo, if you're an artist, you are an exhibitionist. Diba? Because you want people to see what you created. You're going to put it out. And you put it out, it has your name on it. Would you like to be noted as someone who is just committed to mediocrity? No? Or would you like to be noted as someone who's really striving to overcome the growth? Meron tayo doon eh. Pero maganda rin naman yung bonsai, di ba? Retarded, stagnated growth. But that only means someone else is controlling you. Di ba? Kasi nagiging bonsai lang tayo. Kung may nakikita lang, tingnan yung tanigan. That used to be bonsai. Until it was left out in the open and allowed to be by itself. Lumaki na siya. Kita niya? Diba? Bonsai yan dati. Pag hinayaan mo siya, so ibig sabihin pag bonsai ka, you are being controlled. So mediocrity is actually all about allowing yourselves to be controlled. Okay.
Kaya walang growth. Hindi kasi siguro need average.
No.
Hindi, I mean parang just so you understand like why it's not enough.
Ano yan? Huwag maging contento. Discontent is the biggest motivation. Always stay discontented. Dahil ibig sabihin, kaya nyo pang pagandahin. Kaya nyo pang i-improve. So, wala yan. So, yung mga taong to, the people in the classical age, may not be perfect, but they strove to be perfect. At least within their own concept what perfection is. And that's what enabled them to overpower other people. We may not agree, we may not like what they did, but they managed to imprint their legacy on us just because they were more powerful than us. But the beauty of that is there is always a way to subvert it. Diba? Ano pa ba?
Yung refinement ng work ay any medium.
Any medium, tandaan nyo, you are free to explore any form that you are most drawn to. You don't have to think, you don't have to scout, you don't have to... Basta make sure whatever you do will be effective in conveying the intended idea. No? Para, uy, okay ito yung gano'n, no? Kaya, para boy, that's very effective. It managed to convey the intention, the idea, the message. Yeah, I would advise you to commit much less time on the thing that takes up most of your time. Kasi they're mostly unproductive. Diba? Parang you spend too much time watching stuff. That's very unproductive. No. Now, I would advise you to listen to helpful podcasts. You know why? Kasi you can do two things at the same time. You're listening and you're doing something productive. Diba? Noong araw, nakikinig kami sa drama sa radyo. So, nakikinig ko, meron ka nang natutunan sa mga parang nagluluto ka, naglalaba, mga ganun. So, learn how to be multitaskers. Don't insist on being unitaskers kasi you will only accomplish very little, and then you tend to fight about that it's the only way to be. Yeah. I thought I saw someone raising his hand. Ano ba?
Ay, may pinapakinggan kasi ako kung gabi. Yung slow motion multitasking, ang ganda niya. Check it out.
Yeah. One of the things that you might find helpful is listening to mga podcasts on, say, philosophy. Kasi kunyari, the idea behind classical civilization is yung idea, of course, yung allegory of the cave is Plato. Yung dialectics is Socrates. Yung Nicomachean ethics is Aristotle. And you will realize that much of it commits life to its barest minimum in order to find, and its goal is the fulfillment of life. So it's not all about acquisition. It's not about status. It's all about fulfillment of life. What is the ultimate goal? Of course, Plato categorizes people according to their traits. There are people who are more driven by their intellect. There are people who are driven by their appetite. There are people who are driven by their greed. So that's how people are categorized. And of course, people who are who operate on the level of intellect occupy the highest echelon in society. Now, you may or may not agree with that kind of categorization, but you will realize that society is always stratified according to some sort of sorting. India is one nation who is known for the caste system, although abolished, remains very much culturally intact. And we actually have something similar. It's just not that it's just not like parang we have a name for it. But there will always be some sort of categorization on the basis of whatever, wealth, status, power, sometimes even ethnicity. So, yeah, forward to at the start of the day, because you're going to work. How miserable can that be? Tapos uuwi ka, pagod na pagod, ang traffic, you come home, gabi na, pagod ka, kakain ka na lang. Magluluto ka pa pala, pambira naman ito sa pinagluluto. Saan, di ba? Ganun ka pa yung mga kasama mo sa bahay. Tapos, gulo-gulo na. So, ayusin mo pa. So, by the time you're done with everything, it's already late in the evening, no? And you couldn't sleep well, and then you have to get up early in the morning to do it all over again. Can you imagine that kind of life? Yan ang buhay ng karamihan ng tao sa lipunan ngayon. Isang bagay lang yan. Samantalang ikaw, bakit gagawin ko ngayon? Diba?
Exciting.
And then after a while, punta ako sa show. Dahil nandoon si Mr. So and so, Mr. Big Time, Mr. Sikat, Mr. Powerful.
May pagkain.
May libreng pagkain, may inom, gano'n, may jamming ka, gano'n, feeling big time na rin dahil makasama mga big time. And then after a while, makikihalubilo ka doon sa mga mamang nasa kalye, mga gano'n, kwentuhan kayo. See what just happened? No? You managed to parang navigate your way from the highest echelon in society to the lowest with very little effort because you have the capacity to empathize and you also are not kept by the barriers of your social status. Yung mga mayaman na yan, hindi sila bababa dyan. Yung mga nasa baba niyan, hindi nila kaya umakyat. Pero ikaw napakalaya ng iyong pagkilos. No? In the same way, no? Na if you are confined to that 9-to-5 existence, you only see this thing from where you are. No? So you think this is just like a circle with that thing up there, no? And you have no idea what it is, no? Dahil yan lang yung routine na eh. Nandiyan lang, you're confined to a single perspective in your existence. As an artist, you are given the privilege of complete freedom of movement. You are able to see what this is from many perspectives, and you realize what it is, its function, its form. No? And you are actually compelled to exercise all your abilities, all your senses to understand what it is. Kaya nga, yung mga artists, although in spite of the many privileges you have, it also comes with a lot of responsibility. No? It's not a privilege that should go into your heads. No? It's a privilege that should be internalized as a duty. No? To equip the rest of the world with the capacity to understand existence. No? Kaya? So hindi lang, this is not simply all about feeling good. No? And there's a lot of responsibility behind it. Now you will also realize that you are also autonomous as compared to the artists in the past. Artists in the past, they were doing things for some powerful people. Now your situation is very different. You have been empowered. Now it is the biggest challenge for you to understand how to handle power. And many of us are afraid of being empowered. That's why we like to attach ourselves to someone else we think are more powerful, and then we work for them. That's why there is so much pressure to be like everyone else, because you don't like to be yourselves, because everybody's afraid of the responsibility of power. Right? So, some things for you to think about. Okay? Sobra-sobra na ba? Yeah, but actually, there's nothing else that you would rather want to be. Ang sarap maging artist. No matter where it takes you. Parang, it's the only way to have a life. Okay ba? May tanong? May mga ano?
Ulitin na po ulit.
Next time daw po.
Ay, gano'n?
Joke na.
Okay na to.
May lakad ka?
Nakabalik na.
Ganda ng form naman. Yeah. So, galingan niya. The world is watching.